Hello. Just gonna play a little bit of Gaia project, gonna run through some of the stuff. Just looking at the moment, and this is the layout. This is a 2-player setup for Gaia project. I'm just going to run through some of the stuff here, and hopefully we'll be able to complete Gaia, the playthrough Gaia project. From this, or at least we'll have a better understanding on how to begin. There's still a lot of work to do from it. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to go through one of the player boards. I'll try and do this here like this for you. Is that the... how's that? It's kind of hard to see. Just different things here. As you can see, it's just kind of hard to get going. Right, so these are the different base levels. These are mines, and you'll see from down below here where we have it set up, all your buildings go out along here. These are the first, second and third level of the buildings that you're going to make. The cost over here, you'll see 6 and 4, you'll see 3 and 6 and 2, and then 2 and 1. These are the costs for making. This is ore and this is cost, like the coins. Yeah. And the reason there's a 3 and a 6 here is because if you build this here in the neighborhood of someone else, there is the added bonus of if you're within 2 squares on the board, or 2 area distance away, you are a neighbour, so you only pay 3. But there are other benefits as well for your neighbour, because you've done that and you've built in their vicinity. Okay, so this is 2 directions you can go. You have your base here. You've got you upgrade the mines up until you get to, this is a yellow one here, and these are the other direction. I'm just gonna, oops, I'm taking off the wrong ones. But we just see here the example of the 3 levels of building going 2 directions. Okay, so you can, when you place down one of these, you can upgrade to level 2 building here or here, and as you go up, this is research, this is a where'd you go? This is your research way, and this is your building way, so you get more money this way, but you get more knowledge this way, you know. So you can see here the way that goes. So these are the level 3 buildings, these are the level 2 buildings, and these are level 1 buildings. Up here is your power cycling. This is the number 1 level, number 2 level, and number 3 level. And we go through that a bit. I'm just going to give you a better look here, because we will see what further explanation is down here. In here is the special ability of this particular race, and over here are free actions you can do. Free actions you can do for the costs over here. Okay, and then this here is when you're terraforming a planet, the cost for each planet that it is for you, like 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, because these are the hardest ones for you to terraform with this race. These are the second hardest, these are the easiest. And then of course this race likes the brown planets, so that's free for them. They don't have to terraform them, they can just build on them. Okay, so there's the different colours of planets, which we'll see on the board below. This is where you will store your Gaia, these little things here, which is for when you're terraforming or Gaia forming a planet. Yep. And these up here is where all your resources are. So you start with 15 coins, 4 ore, 3 knowledge, and then you have a second yellow which starts on 0, so that if you have 15 you move the second one and you add the two together, so you get the total for whatever coins you have. So I'll just take this down and we will look at where it is, how the board is set up down here. Okay, so second level there, and there, and first level. Here we go. Who have we got in with us? There's Chameleon there. There's Ryan there, I don't know. Chameleon and Ryan, I think, is who said they'd be probably joining in at some stage today. Welcome in, fellas, if you are. This will be there, obviously, for... this will be here for if we're going to play this game at some stage in the future. It's kind of like the thought process behind it. So let me see if I can bring this down a bit. Oi. So we can run through it. Okay, so this is quite small, I think, but it's as big as I can make it. It's as big as I can make it, unfortunately. I can't zoom and I can only adjust the camera so far. I'm going to have to go back up here a little later on. Okay, so you can see here, this is the ore, this is the knowledge, this is the first and second coins. These are the power cubes. You start with the amount that's dictated in here. In this case it's 2 in the level 1, 2 in the level 2, or 4 in the level 2, and 0 in level 3. In relation to the power here, you must upcycle, or you must move up the lowest level of power first. So if you want to move power into here, in order to get 1 in here, you'll have to get these 2 up first and then move in, which means that you need to move up. You need to have be able to rotate 4 power or 3 power minimum in order to get the 1 in here from the start. So if you get to cycle power, you can do 2. You can do 1, or the first 1 or 2 come from here, and then you can, once you're all in here, you can then move it into here, which you can use it then to do other things on the board. Okay, so once you get it in here, you can spend power in order to do stuff, and then if you've Gaia formed a planet. I keep saying terraform. If you Gaia formed one of the green planets up here, you will cycle all your power back over here and that can't be used then for the rest of that turn. And on the next turn it'll come back in a minimum level down here, and you'll have to cycle it all the way around again. Some people are some races are better at cycling the power around quicker. Some get more of it. You can get more of these here. There's some more here, and then you have your quantum intelligent cubes, which are kind of cool. They're like little Borg structures, I guess, with a corner missing out of it. But they're quantum intelligent. This here goes to one particular race. I can't remember which one it is. One the brown. It's actually the brown race, but this is worth 3 of 1 power. This is worth 3. So the people who have this one cycle this a lot faster. That only counts as 1. So in that case, there you'll move that 1 to there and 1 to there. It's that moves around, but it's when you spend it, it's equal to 3 power, which is quite a good one. So you want to be using power as a currency there if you can. So the other stuff here, I don't know if this is quite visible for anybody that's watching. I can't see any of the comments. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, okay, there's a bit something. Have I frozen? Son of a bitch, have I frozen? I don't know what's going on. Okay, we'll keep on going, and hopefully it'll all catch up. Okay. This is a very complicated game, needless to say. But what is good about it is that it's well explained in some of the tutorials already done online as well. So definitely hit up YouTube if you're looking for it, as well as looking at this. So I see I'm gonna have to wait. I'm getting slowness, so I need to plug in. I need to see if I can wire this up direct. Now, okay, so hopefully that helps improve things a little bit. I just check the speed down here. So it looks like we're indirect now, so hopefully that will work. Now, just trying to get a few things sorted. Sorry, I've not done gaming like this before, so it's kind of odd to me to kind of watch it. But I think we've got a fairly good skipping. Right, where are we going? What is that? Oh yeah, don't worry about the board as well. Like, I know the camera's over it there a little bit, but we will be moving the camera back out so that we can get a better view, and this board will be clearer. This is the main board. So, as you can see, with the setup here, this is for a 2-player game, 1 to 2-player game, and this is for a 3 and 4-player game here. These are specific setups, but the good thing about this game is that you can use these as randomly. You don't have to go with the specific setups. Some people apparently who have played Terra Mystica prefer the same board setup every single time, because they get to know the board and exploit it with all the different races the best way they can. But if it's random, at the very least, if it's random, what it means is that you don't have familiarity with the board, and as much, and it offers a little bit more of a neutral stance, and it offers variety. It's a variety thing. So that's what would like to just, it's for me, it would be better. Let's see. Okay. So that's the setup anyway. That's the setup of the boards here. Sorry, you can see these are different. I beg your pardon. These are the different buildings. At the very beginning, what we'll do is we will move. We will take it in order. So if this is player 1 and this is player 2, just for the sake of it, what we'll do is we'll move this player 1 will put 1 out on the planet, say yellow planet, say that one. Then we will have red planet, and then because these went second, they then get to go again straight away. They can choose maybe this planet out here, whatever. So you get to put 2 out, and then this person gets to put another one out, maybe here like this. So it's 1 2 2 1, or 1 2 3 3 2 1, or 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1 would be the way the way the distribution of the planets will go. You can't put you can only put out planets out onto planets of your own color. Okay. So of all the things you can do, you can. Is the action card? See if you can see that there. It's kind of like their guiding action card. This is build. We go through that in a second because we're not on the player board anyway. It's a hard one to get through. So the next thing we look at here is this board here. This is the technology board. There is one of each of these technologies. These are the basic technologies that are put out for each of our standard tech that are put out for each player. So if you have three people, you put 3 of each technology out, and because you can all develop it, it's just at what point you do it, and some might develop some of them quicker than others. Okay. Okay. Up here we have the advanced technologies, and these are the technology tracks. We'll go through this in just a moment. But these are the advanced technologies up here. So you get up this track, and you get to use this technology here. Develop that technology. Okay. Then I'm going to zoom out a bit, so we can see the other board up at the top. There we go. Okay. So at the back here we've got the scoring board essentially, and we've got up here we've got 6 rounds, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and these are the bonuses that you get at each round here. Okay, so what you'll do is you will at the end of round 1, for every one of these you have, you'll get 3 points. Okay. And how you know what round it is, you flip that over, it indicates you're on round 2 when you're doing that, and then you'll obviously flip the next one over and the next one over as you go through the rounds. Okay, in regards to these satellites and Gaia planets here, in order you work your way up here, because this is a 2-player game, this is a random player that's put in here. What it means is, because there is points at the end of the round, or at the end of the game, for these are finishing conditions. The person, so if that were the way things were, what it would mean is, in the case for this one up here, the first person would be yellow, so yellow would get 18, white would get 12, and red would get 6. What it does is it stops. If this wasn't on here and yellow was all the way up here, and red only got up to 1, you would automatically get 18 and 12. But because this is in here, it creates a competition. So what it means is you can't just, if you don't want to concentrate on something like this, you can't just go, oh, I got 1, and then it means you get the full 12 points. You will only get the 6, so it's a disadvantage in that regard. Okay, and in this case red would get the 18 and this white would get the thing. But it'd be first, second, and third in this regard, or first, second, and third. That's fairly self-explanatory, but it creates a competition for these points here. That it's not just a case of you can do one. You don't want to concentrate on them and get, but you still get 12 points for just getting one of them. You have to get up the track and past the others in order to get decent points, and it stops that. Okay. Okay. So that's the scoring track up here, or that's the I beg your pardon. That is the round track and the scoring board up the top there, and you will see on the board that we were looking at previously, we start on 10 points each here, and we move around. The board as you gain or spend points. Now, just to say here also, spending points is important, obviously, because it will give you advantage in order to do stuff, and we will come up with that as it relates to the neighbor thing, okay, which I was discussing earlier. Okay, or sorry, I think I was talking to some people earlier. Anyways, who's there? Is it Ryan that's with me, or is it a comedian? Looks like I'm slowing down there. Yeah, certainly a few issues on the old internet tonight. Okay, so these are round boosters. This is the first player token, by the way. Not really applicable right now because it's going to be me for both players, just kind of testing out some of the different actions you can do. These are round boosters. What you do is you choose at the start of a round, you choose one of these, you put it on the left hand side of your board, and these are the bonuses that you get. So in this regard here, it extends your reach by 3, yeah, and it you can upcycle 2 with this. And where the first token player comes in, is that once you once you get to an end of a round, or well, not even the end of a round. The end of a round is decided by you whether you can do any more actions or not. So if you're the first to pass, you take the first round marker for the next round, and you return whatever one of these you had from the round back in. So I'll take 2 out just for a second, right? So we say yellow is after passing first, so yellow will take the first person marker. They will return the one of these that they had to the pool, and they will choose one of the other 3 that remain. So they'll take maybe this one here, just for example, and they will use that the next round. Okay. So that's how that works. So basically, by passing first, you get the first player token, and you get the choice of the next booster for the next round, not including the one you just put back in. Okay. If you pass second, you get the choice. You may get the choice of the one that the person put back. You get the choice of the one the person put back in. But if there was something in there and they take it that you wanted for the next round, that's obviously a disadvantage too. But you will have gotten more turns in the first round or the second round, whatever round you happen to be on. Okay. So I've got a lot of notes here, so I'm trying to do it all. You've got your 6 rounds up here you got your two end game objectives. Yep. So the end game, the first one is the most satellites, and the second one is the I think what's that end game objective? I'll tell you now. Yeah, the one that's there at the moment is where is it going? Oh, colonize the most Gaia planets. So this is colonize the most Gaia planets, and that one there is the most satellites, or almost the most satellites. Built the most satellites. Yep, and the satellites are these little lads here. Okay. Now I've chosen these two randomly, by the way. You would normally set up the whole situation and choose the races based on the situation you find yourself in. Okay, so we move on. So I said, just to give you a kind of a rundown of the tokens really quickly. These are where do you go? Where's my other tokens? Oh, here. These are Gaia planet tokens. These are power tokens, again with the big one there for that particular race. These are the quantum intelligence cubes. These are used to mark off if a technology or something is being used. So if you use something, an action that can only be used once, you will cover it with this. So for example, one of these actions, which we'll get to in just a second, you can only use that once per turn. Not even once per one person per turn. So if I use this and I use 7 for 3 intelligence, so I would move 1, 2, 3 up there, and I would spend 7 power, which in this case I don't have right now. But just for example, if I send 7 power, move it all down. If I'd have 7 power in here, move the 7 power into here, and I would gain 3 intelligence with this action, and I would put that there, which can't be used then by anybody else for the remainder of that round. Okay, so that's what they're for. They just covered over that to indicate that it's being used. You have your record tokens, and this is a lost planet token. It's in here with the Gaia planets, but it's the lost planet token. As I say, these are the boosters for the round. There would be 7 of these for a 3 and 4 player game. There would be 10 of these for a 3-4 player game. So that's the differences there. And obviously in a 3 and 4 player game you wouldn't be putting in the extra person up there in order to get that. Okay, so let's go through some of the specific powers of these. Just to go through some of the like symbology that's in the game. It helps to look at what it is that each of them do. So for the first one here, so for the red ones here, they don't have a particular ability according to the appendices here for the faction, but what it does is you may spend credits instead of power to take free actions that allow you to gain resources. So in that regard, you can spend these credits, 1, 2, 3, yeah, you can spend credits over power. which is obviously more convenient, but credits are something that you need. But these guys get to spend these in the event that they can't use the power, or they can't get power, or they don't have the power. They can use credits to take some free actions, which is over here. So in this regard, you can spend 3 credits, 1, 2, 3, in order to get 1 ore. Okay. So these are the free actions over here. You can, if you have a quantum intelligence cube here, just to show you here, this is a quantum intelligence cube. It's actually really cool. It's a cube with one broken into. It's a full cube before, made up of 7 other cubes, or well, would have been 8 cubes, but one of them missing in the corner. It looks very Borgish. It's quite cool. It's very spacey. It's good thematically. So in this regard, if you have one of these, actually, here's where it is. So you could spend 4 credits, 1, 2, 3, 4, to get one of these, and once you have one of these, you can get. Well, you wouldn't do that because you would have. You would only get 1 ore, whereas if you done 3 power, you would 3 credits. You would have got 1 ore anyway. But what it does allow you to do is extend your navigation on the board, because depending on what your navigation is, you may only be able to reach the next square. So you can reach from here to here, but you can't reach from here to here. In order to reach here, you have to increase your navigation by 2, so 1, 2, or by 1, so you can get to here. So that would increase your navigation. That would be a way of increasing your navigation fairly quickly, as that particular one. In regards to the Haddish Hallis, the start one here at the very top. They over here you can see this particular technology track. They start on level 1 of that. There's different abilities and stuff that's here for different ones, or different things that's there. And the second thing, so we come over to the Xenos, which is when you start off, this particular race will go 1, 2, then it will be this, and then this, and once that's done, once that's all done, this particular race gets to put out 1 extra. So they start with 3, whereas all the others start with 2, it would seem. So there we go. Okay, I'll put these back in as well. So let me see, what else is there? Okay, just in regards to where we get to the end around stuff, I suppose we'll do this at one stage or different things. So at the start of the game, they get to put 3 of those out, and you start. You also, for the Xenos, you can form federations with a total power value of 6 instead of 7. You gain 1 quantum intelligence cube as income instead of a power token. So oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah. So you see here, you have to, in order to Gaia form a planet. Oi, we're going to have to pause it there, folks, and we will be back later on.